Hello kids, welcome to Sardeso Kiddo Support. Today we will be learning about living and non-living things in our environment. So, firstly we will learn about living things. So what are living things? Living things are things which can grow, move, breathe and reproduce, and after a duration of time they will finally die. So these are the major characteristics of living things. We will look at them with a few examples. So firstly we can see a duck. You generally know duck shows a movement of swimming in the water, and also they feed on plants and other small fishes. Next, we see a crocodile. They feed on other animals for food, they show movement, and also they breathe. Next, we see a pony and a horse. So, a pony is a reproduced element of the horse. So, we see that all the living things reproduce and also they show growth. Here we see a small plant growing into a huge one. This is called growth. So the major characteristics are organization, that we have a large organization of living things. Next, they grow and they respond to the environment. The next thing is about growth itself. See, you see a small human baby growing into a child and then into an adult. The same way we look at non-living things. So unlike living things, non-living things cannot grow, they cannot move, they cannot breathe, and also they cannot reproduce. So they are called non-living things. These are the major characteristics of the non-living things. The first example of non-living things is a car. Your car needs to be filled with fuel. Not because it has to get energy, because it has to move, and it can be done only when you fill the fuel. Even it won't grow, it won't move until and unless there is someone to make it move. Next, what about a house? Your house remains the same size although it is 10 years or 5 years or how many years old it is. Next, a doll. You talk to your doll, you play with it, but does your doll play back with you? No. That is called a non-living thing. So the major characteristics are they don't move on their own, they don't grow, or they don't need food or water, they cannot reproduce or breathe. So we will look at a table of living and non-living things. So it will be clear to you why we differentiate living and non-living things, because I will be giving example of different things in the same table. So in the first table we see on the living things column we see a boy, we see plants, flowers, butterfly and a dog. So all of them will breathe and also they will have food and also satisfy all the other conditions. In the non-living side we have book, shirt, etc. which cannot breathe. So the next thing in the living column is the cow, camel, elephant, rabbit and a family. So in the non-living side we have a chair, a table, a lamp and a car which will not move on their own, which cannot breathe, which will not have food. So here is a column where it makes clear to you. So we have a fly which can breathe, which can eat, which can move, which can reproduce. So we can tell it is a living thing. A clock does not do any of these things, so it is a non-living thing. Whereas a bird can eat, can breathe, and also it will move and reproduce. So it is a living thing. The same thing applies to a rose, that is a flower of a plant, whereas a snowflake is a non-living thing, which is because it will not satisfy the conditions given above. So hope you enjoyed this class, all of you. Thank you. Bye bye. Stay home, stay safe.